Hello, I'm Fairoz K. Solano, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, one of the group member of Group 9, and we have assigned to tackle the Chapter 9 entitled The Basic Between Subject Design. In experiments, you test the effect of an independent variable by creating conditions where different treatments, like for example, a placebo pill versus a new medication are applied. In A between subject design or A between group design, every participant experiences only one condition, and you compare group differences between participants in various conditions. It is the opposite of a within subject design, where every participant experiences every condition. A between subject design is also called an independent measurements or independent groups design because researchers compare unrelated measurements taken from separate groups. Between subject experimental designs. Since between subject experimental designs are an experiment approach, they have the four characteristics of one experiment. So the first one is an independent variable is manipulated to create at least two treatment conditions. The second one is a dependent variable is measured within each treatment condition. The third one is the scores measured in each condition are compared. And the last one is all other extraneous variables are controlled. An experimental design where one group of individuals in one treatment condition is compared to another group of individuals in a different treatment condition is called a between subject experimental design. Characteristic of between subject design. Between subject designs are used in both experimental and non-experimental research designs. So, this type of design is used when a researcher wants to compare two or more treatment conditions. So, each treatment condition or level of the independent variable includes a different group of individuals. For example, one group might receive an experimental drug, while another group of participants receives a placebo control. So, a between subject experimental design is sometimes called an independent measures experimental design because there is only one score for each individual. So we have the advantages and disadvantages of this between subject design. So the first one, what is the advantage of this between subject design? So the major advantages of the between subject design is that the researcher can be confident that any differences between the groups are due to the different treatments rather than to other treatment factors that can occur when the same individual is measured more than once. That is, there are no practice, carryover or contrast effect from exposure to multiple treatment conditions. Another advantage is that it is almost always possible to assign an individual to one of several treatment conditions. It is not always possible to expose the same individual to multiple treatment conditions. Note that many of these advantages of the between subject design are applied in contrast to within subject designs. So, the disadvantages of this design. One disadvantage of the design is that many participants are needed since each is exposed to only one level of the independent variable. So, the major disadvantage is that since each group includes different individuals, we may not always be certain whether observed differences are due to the independent variable or due to differences in the participants in each group.